All right, gentlemen, we are going to 3 points. I am the master of the list. If I call a halt, you will halt. Do you understand? Very good. All right, gentlemen, take your guards. Stand you ready, and lay on. Did that land? That looked like it was short. Was it? Okay, we're gonna throw that one out. Continue and lay on. That was a strike to the hand. Halt. We're going to take that one. That is a point for Lord Justin. Very good. 1 point for Lord Justin. Huzzah! Score stands at 1-0. Gentlemen, stand you ready. And lay on. Cut to the shoulder. It looked like a cut to the shoulder. Clean cut for Lord Justin. 2nd point. Huzzah! All right, gentlemen, score stands at 2-0. Stand you ready. Lay on. Halt. I wasn't sure if this one had enough behind it in the initial thrust. There was a counterattack to the arm. I don't know if that initial thrust had landed properly or not. You want to call it a double? Okay. Our assistant here is saying that it is a double. Do not die, gentlemen. Once again, they attacked each other almost within the same action, so we're counting that as them striking each other simultaneously. Therefore, no points awarded. All right, gentlemen, stand you ready. Score is at 2-0, and lay on. I think there was a cut to the arm here. The counterattack was late. We're giving that as a 1 point to Murdoch the Massive. Score stands at 2-1. Readjusting. Very good. All right, gentlemen, score stands at 2-1. Stand you ready and lay on. Good thrust to the torso right there. 3rd point and match for Lord Justin. Huzzah! Let's hear it for our fighters. Fighters, I am the master of the list. If I call a halt, you will halt. Do you understand? We are going to 3 points. Let's see good clean cuts with the edge or the tip of the blade. All right, stand you ready. Take your guards and lay on. It looked like, I think there was a cut to the side here. Yes, so that is 1 point for Lord Connor. Huzzah! All right, fighters, stand you ready. Score is 1-0, and lay on. Cut to the head. That is a 2nd point for Lord Connor. Huzzah! Score stands at 2-0. Fighters, stand you ready, and lay on. Good. There was a thrust to the shoulder. That is 3rd point and match for Lord Connor. Huzzah! Let's hear it for these fighters. Yes, we are the ones who are crazy enough to be out here on a hot summer day and say, this is a great hot day. Let's put on our winter coats and hit each other. All right, we have Lord Wheeler versus Lord Dawson. Once again, good clean cuts with the edge or with the tip of the sword. We are going to 3 points. I'm the master of the list, and if I call a halt, you will halt. Do you understand? All right, gentlemen, take your guards. Stand you ready, and lay on. That looked like a cut to the wrist. Good clean cut for Lord Wheeler. Huzzah! Score stands at 0-1. Gentlemen, stand you ready, and lay on. I heard something. Hold on, halt for a moment. It was not good? Okay, very good. Okay, throw it out. Continue. That was a cut to the torso. All right, 1 point for Lord Dawson. Huzzah! Score stands at 1-1. Gentlemen, stand you ready. And lay on. That was a hand. Yep. Cut to the outside of your hand there. Very good. Okay. So that is a second point for Lord Dawson. Huzzah! Gentlemen, the score stands at 2-1. Stand you ready? Lay on. It looked like a cut to the arm over here. Oh, okay, in the head as well. Okay, we're going to count that as a double. Remember, gentlemen, don't die. It is kind of the point, yes. All right, gentlemen, we're tossing that because they struck each other at almost the same moment. The score still stands at 2-1. Gentlemen, stand you ready and lay on. Was it on the wrist? Very good. All right, second point for Lord Wheeler. Huzzah! Score stands at 2-2. Sudden death. Bring out the sharps. No, I don't think they want to do that. Yeah, I don't hear any objections. Very good. The score still stands at 2-2. Gentlemen, stand you ready and lay on. Was that a good cut to the elbow there? I heard it, but I couldn't tell if it was a back edge or forward edge or it was flat. Okay, it was a good cut. All right, very good. So that is third point of match for Lord Wheeler. Huzzah. Oh, he got you in the head. Oh, it was a double. I missed that. Very good. Okay, so never mind. We're tossing this out. They struck each other simultaneously. Score still stands at 2-2. Gentlemen, stand you ready and lay on. Arm. Very good. Very good. All right, that is third point in match for Lord Dawson. Huzzah! Very good. Very clean fighting, gentlemen. Thank you. Let's hear it for our fighters. All right. All right, gentlemen. We are going to 3 points. I am the master of the list. If I call a halt, you will halt. Do you understand? Very good. All right, gentlemen, take your guards. Stand you ready and lay on. Halt. I wasn't sure if that one actually got past the plate or not. Did you feel it? You did? Okay. No, there's actually no mail right here. It's just fabric. And it knocked the tacit aside. So I'm going to count that one as a valid thrust. Very good. So 1 point for Sir Ryan. Huzzah! Score stands at 1-0. Gentlemen, stand you ready. Lay on. Keep going, keep going. Very good. All right, halt.
Daggers for the children! Be careful!
Are you okay? All right. We'll let them have a moment to breathe and get themselves back to their feet. We're going to consider that another point for Sir Ryan. Huzzah! At first, I wasn't sure if we were going to count that as a controlled takedown. We will score a point for that as well. However, since they rolled kind of over each other more than once, it was not really a very controlled takedown. It was not clear who was going to be in a dominant position. However, Sir Ryan was able to pull his dagger and score the point while they were on the ground. We're giving them a moment to recover and make sure that they're not injured and that they can actually continue. Score stands at 2-0 for the moment. How are you feeling? I understand. So, He responded to me with a cough and a grunt, and I know what that means. All right, gentlemen, the score stands at 2-0. Are you okay to continue? Very good. Okay. Excellent. Let's hear it for our fighters. They are good to continue. Score stands at 2-0 in favor of Sir Ryan. All right, gentlemen. Stand you ready. Lay on. Oop, halt. Just want to see where that landed. Yeah, no, okay. Was it on just the male? Okay, so, all right, that looks good. We're going to call that a point for Lord Matthew. Huzzah! Score stands at 2-1. All right, gentlemen. Stand you ready. I'm giving you just a few seconds to breathe here because I know how this is. Yes, these are the gentlemen who are crazy enough to say it's a nice hot summer day. Let's put on our nice solar ovens and go bake out in the heat and hit each other. He's just adjusting his dagger position so that we are safe to continue. The score stands at 2-1. Gentlemen, stand you ready. All right, lay on. Huzzah! That was a controlled takedown, but then he got the dagger. So, where did the dagger land? In the side? Are we going to consider that a point? Okay, very good. That's my question. All right, so in the takedown, Lord Ryan was able to draw his dagger and get a thrust at the final moment. So we are considering that third point and match for Sir Ryan. Huzzah! You need a hand back up to your feet, or do you want to just sit there for a moment? Okay. Okay. Let's get your helmet off. Yep. If somebody can lend a hand there. Very good. I am going to talk to the audience for just a moment. So, once again, we do all of this for charity. Our fighters are crazy enough to come out here and do this without being paid, which makes some of our gentlemen here very terrible mercenaries. We're working for free, right? I don't get paid enough for this.
For the glory.
For the glory. Excellent, yes. If anybody has any questions,